The intro video and its audio desynced a little bit, but oh well, it's not a big deal. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Final Fantasy D6 Chronicles of Eno Campaign 2. I am your host and game master, Skajarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift. As always, this needs to go away. And with me today, we have our full cast of players. We have Tom117Z playing Rosa Solwyn, our female Elvon Mithra Watcher.
I need a bath. I'm covered in soulless bits.
We have Hades Shadow 92 playing Cassandra, our female human dragoon.
Hello, all you nice people. Yes, we need baths and lots of therapy.
Aeon is not presently in the Roll20 room. But we have Mystic oh, there they are. We have Mystic playing Aeon, our male Moogle Time Mage.
I kind of forgot to log in, so... I was the hero of the story, Kupo!
You were. We have Darkness playing Kunara, our female Lupin warrior. Darkness.
Sorry, laptop lag, as I was going to say.
And last but not least,
Oh, hi.
And last but not least, we have Ari playing Kayana, our female Tarufel engineer.
Hello.
Hello. So, where last we left off, our band of adventurers, the Freebirds, had found themselves descending into the depths of a long-abandoned castle on the southern shores, off the base of the Skine Peak Mountains, far to the north of the city of Windurst, in an effort to rescue a large number of innocent individuals who had been abducted by a nefarious individual, a potent ice mage named Solus, who intended to sell them to a merchant from another continent in exchange for coin. Reaching Solus in the depths, you were able to liberate the means by which he controlled his hostages before too many of them could be hurt, and after a long and brutal and bloody battle in which your inner potential wound up being unleashed, you were successfully able to defeat Solus and liberate the prisoners. You spent some time scouting around the remaining chambers of the keep, while Tyrmith, the baby dragon of your troop, escorted the hostages outside to the waiting Valnafra, a member of the City Watch of Windurst. And whilst you were looking around, you found mention of an old hut that an old individual named Forgal might have once used, perhaps, possibly. Somewhere far south. And various schematics and designs of the bracers that he used to control people. But all of that has now passed, and we now join the Freebirds as I accidentally rip my shorts apart. What the fuck? I'm not even kidding. I just accidentally ripped a massive hole in my shorts. Give me a minute. God damn it. Sorry, I need to change.
What a turn of events.
Right?
The DM is gone. I get to do my
Exactly.
coup a week early. Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm taking control!
I can still hear you, you know.
It's time for British Revolution.
Oh, it's a reverse.
It's on. My turn to take control, Kupo.
Oh, no, it's the Aeon.
No.
Oh no.
What does the dynasty of the Moogle look like?
Mystic as a game master, that would be interesting.
No,
That
it would
be
not.
very fun.
No, not Mystic as the game master, Aeon as the game master. Uh-oh.
I have to play dumb while I'm game mastering. Jesus Christ, my head would explode.
Oh god.
The Critical Role did it that one time with the Grog DM one shot where he did it. They DM'd a game in universe as Grog.
Because I've never once seen you be stealthy. All right, I've got a new pair of shorts on. I am good. We are good. It's all fine.
Keep your pants on.
Shut up. It's really frustrating, too, because I liked that pair of shorts. One of my favorite pairs.
To curb your excitement.
Shut up. Either way, so we enter as you are all taking your leave from the inner corridors of the keep. I assume you're just taking the main exit back out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for reference, because when we're going to be seeing Valmath in a second, Rosa is still covered head to toe in blood and so.
Oh, yeah.
goop bits
I
and
know.
Looks
I'm aware.
like a psycho.
Oh, we're all bloody.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Mm.
Rosa was literally knelt down, faced first into it, and yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm sure we all look like hell.
Yeah, everyone looks like hell. So, as you come marching out of the front entrance and back out, at this point it has gotten on a fair bit. Like, you started your attack with sunrise, so all of this has gone on for a while, and it is cold as shit as you emerge. Once again, there are snowflakes coming down, sort of dusting the ground and building up a little bit. You can see the various rescued hostages sort of huddling up against the stone wall, trying to pull what little rags of their clothes remain tied around themselves for warmth. You can see Valmafra moving between them rapidly, passing out blankets that she has acquired, and as you look, you see that the Mistellan merchant vessel is no more, and the Scorn Howler has been docked not terribly far away, sort of pulled into the port, a gangplank lowered, and you can see that members of the crew of that ship are moving frantically about, trying to tend to the hostages, the rescued individuals. And you can also see a handful of individuals who have been tied in rope and their wrists bound behind their backs in metal shackles, sort of standing up on the deck of the Scorn Howler. Looks like prisoners who surrendered from the Mistellan merchant ship. And among them, you even see the Bongan individual that you imagine to be Trock, this tall and kind of burly-looking Bongan individual who has a weird sort of dignity about him, this sort of air of importance, and definitely, and this sort of a, he definitely looks like he's somewhat well off, a wealthy sort. He's got this sort of black and blue checkerboard sort of collar around his neck. There are these sort of gold-plated bands around his wrists, sort of baggy white pants that end before his claws, and his ears have these sort of gold ring earrings sort of pierced into them. And sort of just leaning not far away from him, but snapped and useless, is this elegant and exotic-looking sort of brass bronze-plated spear that sort of flares out at its ends instead of narrowing into a point. You get the impression he was probably a formidable adversary, but he has since been taken down. And as you're looking around and taking all of this in, Fluffy immediately comes barreling in.
I was like,
Just immediately, doesn't quite knock you over, Rosa, but almost does, just sliding to a stop. Just sort of frantically sniffing all over you, sort of, and then just starts just nuzzling relentlessly and just sort of trying to preen at your hair to get some of the congealed blood out.
I don't think that's gonna. Oh, she's just gonna hug the chocobo. Probably. I'm glad to see you, girl.
It legit sounds like a pig.
I love it so much. It's so cute.
So good.
I love you too, girl. Just
It
stay
legit
close to
sounds
me.
like a pigeon.
Stay close to me for a bit, could you? Can always rely on you. Here's a gato pickle.
This goes back to
Yeah.
nuzzling you. Tiamat kind of comes walking up to you all. So, what'd y'all find in there?
Found some information about the necklaces, or bracelets, sorry, and possibly where to find this Forgal guy, or at least where this guy met him.
Ah, neat.
It's close to home.
It is?
Well, yeah, it's just on the plains east of Yala. If I remember, that's where it was.
You have access to
character.
the world map right now. It is in the tier lines, which is north of Yala. That is at the very least, that's the region that Solus's note mentioned as being
Okay,
significant.
North. Okay, sorry. We're finding it north of Viala.
All right. As this is going on, Valmafra comes up to you next. Well done. Looks like this is just about everyone. Given to understand a handful didn't make it.
We tried.
Don't beat yourself up. Given the circumstances, you did better than I think most could have expected.
Still could have done better.
Well, hindsight is perfect. The moment never is.
There's not much of the guy left to collect. She kind of wipes a bit of him off of her forehead, just flicks it off into the ocean.
I get that impression. A pity we won't be able to question him, but it's a good thing that he will no longer exist to harm anyone.
I'm covered in growth bits and I kill people now, apparently.
I don't think we would have gotten a whole lot of information about him. He seemed more willing to screw us over than give us any kind of edge.
That was when he
And
had the
kill all the
leverage of hostages. You can take my word for it that when I have the benefit of my adversary being at my mercy, I am very good at getting information.
I'm sure. Well, he could have surrendered at any time. What about those? Okay, just refraining. I'm pretty sure we let one soldier go.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one soldier had enough brains to.
Yes, I caught him as he was coming out. First person to leave. He's up on the boat now.
Speaking of boats, I don't see the other ship, so I imagine it's down in the depths.
It is. Trock's vessel has been sunk. And he and his cronies have all been, well, those who survived the scuffle and had the brains to surrender are now in custody. Rest assured that they'll be facing the full extent of the law for their crimes. Odds are Trock will be shipped back to his own land, where he'll be tried there.
Give him a good kick in the dick for me before you do.
He's already received plenty of punishment. At least physically. I'll let those who have the right enact his true ruin. For now, though, we should probably quit this place. It's cold and these people need warmth, food, and we need to get them back to town.
I also
Food.
vote that all these. Oh, go on.
Food. That sounds really nice right now.
I also vote all those necklaces that mind control people should be destroyed. There should be no remnants of them left.
There
It
was
is-
some schematics up in the guy's room. They're still in there.
Very well. We'll probably ship those off to either Tenori or all the way to the Academy City for inspection.
Speaking of which, looks at Aeon, because if I recall, has Aeon still got one of those? He took off
He's got the control one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the control bracelet tucked in his floofage.
Aeon, they need it.
Why, Koopa?
One, it's dangerous, and two,
It was a
they probably could use it for evidence.
it was a
know,
really
so-
bad thing that hurt a lot of people, like on the fire.
What happens if someone else gets it and takes control of people again? Why can't we just destroy it?
I'm sure that's what they're here for.
That is the plan.
Unless you know. Sorry,
Wait,
Aeon, unless you have any way of destroying it.
I say, Aeon, can I have it, please?
Okay, Sandra. He just reaches into his floof and pulls it out.
She just looks at it, just drops it on the ground, and with the full full weight of her boot, brings it down on it.
Force check.
Oof.
And then everyone's still wearing the bracelet suddenly dies.
Oh,
No.
God. No, don't do that
No.
guilt on her.
Don't give me ideas.
And well, I rolled like shit, so
Well, as it
Oh,
is,
that's gonna hurt.
an 8 is what you needed, so no biggie. So you lift up your boot and you bring it down, and the bracer just sort of crunches under you, and there's this flickering sparkle of little purple and yellow sparks that sort of come out of it before it falls silent. And then not far away, all of the you just hear this cacophony of and you look over and you see that all of the bracers that were still on the hostage's wrists have suddenly just unclasped and fallen to the ground.
there, destroyed.
Good. Now come on. We've been here long
What?
enough.
One more thing.
Yes?
Are there any spas back in town?
Spas?
Bathhouses? You know, because I'm covered in soulless.
Right. Well, there's not a spa per se, but you will find places that are designed just to clean yourselves off and relax. Bathhouses, as you said. I doubt you'll find any pampering treatment, unfortunately. Windest is a growing town, and while it's important as a gateway for distant merchants from other lands, it does unfortunately have the problem of being young, relatively speaking. Such luxuries have yet to truly manifest here.
In that case, when we get back to town, we are going to a bathhouse. When we get to someplace that has a spa, we are still doing it. I must dissect the meaning behind the cucumbers.
I'm still confused about the cucumbers on the eyes.
We're all confused about the cucumbers on the eyes. I didn't think about it until you brought it up, but now I need to know.
I always just thought it was a snack, but I don't go to the spa, so what do I know?
I
Same.
don't go to one either.
You all will. I will make sure of it. Anyway,
Let's go. And Valmafra kind of turns to the sort of huddling masses of now blanket-draped rescuees. All right, come on, everyone onto the Scorn Howler. We'll have the mess hall get you all hot soup and drinks. We'll have beds made available wherever we can. The crew can sleep on the floor for the night.
as we're going, and among the crowd, can I see Celia?
Make an awareness check.
Nine.
9? Yeah, easy enough. You know what to look for. You spot her, looking pretty shaken and quiet and sort of withdrawn into herself as she's following the crowd, but she's there. She's present.
Excuse me, Miss Celia?
Yeah?
Hi, I'm Rosa. I don't mind the mess. When we get back to town, do you plan on going home to your mother, or do you want to find Mr. Ricard first?
I want to find Ricard and make sure he's all right, but I want to get home, too, so I'll probably do Ricard first.
When we last saw him, he'd just been released, so he seemed alright. If it helps, he tried to stop Solus, but, was against a really powerful mage, so...
Yeah, that sounds like him.
We can, after you have, sorted things with him and stuff, we can take you home as well. So your mother sent us to find you originally. This was supposed to be a wellness check.
Sure, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm tired. And then she just heads up onto the deck of the Scorn Howler. And as the rest of you are kind of following them all up, Mayata, the captain, just he's sort of not far away, giving directions to the people as they're coming on board. All right, hatch to below decks is over there. Head on down, find a bunk. No squabbling, please. You've all been through enough. Let's keep this orderly. Again, there'll be some food coming up from the mess hall in a bit. You can keep those blankets. No water off my back. You lot, and he turns to the rest of you as you're coming up. Fan-fucking-tastic show, if I don't say so myself. Remarkable work, truly.
Thanks. But there's
Not
no
bad
need
yourself.
to praise.
Oh, come on, I'm a man of the waves. I was born to blow up assholes. It's just kind of what I do. It's my job. I do it damn well. There's a reason I was chosen for this assignment.
I can see. Was it
Yeah.
necessary to sink the boat, or did you just do it because you felt like it?
A little of both, really. I mean, the thing shot back at me. Once that happens, all bets are off.
Fair.
But regardless, he then sort of nods over to the tied-up captives from that boat who are far enough away from the loading on hostages to not be an issue. And as you're all looking over, it's interesting. It's 3 humans, truck, all dressed in those weird, foreign Mistellan outfits, very Egyptian-themed. But then there are 2 among their number who are markedly different. You see 2 male lupin among their number.
Uh-oh.
He's among the
Among the captives from the Mistellan ship. Yeah, Trox employees.
Uh-oh.
What are these Lupin wearing?
They look to be wearing simple fur armors, leaving plenty of their fur exposed. Leathers, hides, that sort of thing.
Anything reminiscent of what Kunara's wearing?
No, Kunara is covered in full body covering plate armor. And that cloak.
Do they see Kunara?
It's a good question. Nope. Not at the moment, at least. They've rolled a critical fail.
So,
Wow.
does Kunara see them?
That's a good question. Darkness, is Kunara paying any attention to what's going on?
Well, probably as soon as they notice the lupins, they may also notice that Kunara's just gone.
Is Darkness a robot to anyone else?
Yes,
A little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah.
very
Yeah.
much.
A robot? God damn it.
Oh,
Beep,
wait.
boop, boop, boop. Kuna, what happened to you?
Hang on, is this working?
Now it
Is
is.
this my real
That sounds
husband?
better.
It's good?
for now, yeah.
I was gonna say, is this my real husband?
Well, either way,
Hmm.
excuse me, where did you go? Where did Kunara go?
Well, probably if she's seen the lupins, she probably tried to carry on walking away.
She doesn't react or anything?
Well,
Well,
that
it-
is
well-
her reaction.
Well, if Kunara lays eyes on these Lupin, I would like Kunara to make an awareness check.
Oh,
Oh god.
Are these Lupin of any significance, or are they, just happen to be Lupin?
Find out. Okay. See.
6 plus what?
Well, actually, you get a third one because Tier's with us.
Right.
That is true.
So I have to roll another one.
Yep.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna get it then.
I'm so glad I gave him that ability.
It is very handy.
That's not even a D6 with the.
Well, the D4.
So, yeah. So that does no. It landed on 5, but that doesn't count. Another 5. So regardless, still 5 apparently.
So that's 11
Let's
plus.
have a look. I'm scrolling,
Robot again.
and
None.
I'm starting to think I should just switch over to the PC.
Probably, yeah.
You know on your PC?
I'm on a laptop. I was hoping to.
All right,
To power with,
you're
but-
not only a robot now, you're also speeding up. See, it's like a robot chipmunk.
So yeah, back to your PC, you idiot.
So much for trying to save power and money.
Well, unfortunately, you are completely unintelligible, so... So, I'm gonna swap us to the technical difficulties screen while we're waiting for him to sort that out.
What did I do this time?
Cayenne just hitting it. Pink, pink.
Did
I
you
don't-
finish
I
that
don't-
screen?
I do not have that animation yet, no. I've been procrastinating. As of right now, I haven't even added the bit of Rosa just staring at a broken bit of technology to it yet. It's still just the big red letter saying technical difficulties.
I'm just smashing a square.
Would
through
you
a
mind if I
circle
draw
hole.
it?
A square to a circle.
Wait, can I actually draw it? Just
If
kind
you
of just
want.
trying to fix things.
If you want.
If you wanna, I can't guarantee it'll make it into the animation thing, but if you wanna, you are free to do as you see fit.
Yay. And yeah, my own ferret almost squared up with my own grandfather.
I love our technical difficulties music.
It's so cute. I like it.
You just need to get the cute animation to go with your procrastinating goober.
It takes time to draw animation frames. Even that Rosa animation took me several hours, and the only difference there was Rosa's eyes and her tail.
And a friend of yours ruined it.
A friend of mine made it chaotic, yes.
Chaos. I am chaos. Aeon, I'm doing the chaos. Am I doing it right?
Hmm. You doing the what?
The chaos. I'm here to kill chaos.
Rosa's attempting to do the chaos, so
Do not put
she's
that image
confiding
in
in
my
the
head
chaos
now.
Google.
I don't know what's with Aeon, chaos or not.
Aeon is chaos.
In a past life,
Also-
Aeon was
and
Garland.
also, Mystic, all I'm gonna say is that picture that you posted, I love it,
Oh,
and it's accurate.
I just was so like, it was so slow at work. I was just like, I'm bored, and I was just like, I want to draw something quick and cute. I'm like, yeah, let's see what I make, and I made that, and I'm like, yes.
Come on,
Ari.
Key!
Ayana is a tsundere.
Absolutely.
So
Cares about her friends to death, but is terrible at showing it.
I don't think she's like really.
if she ever shows love, that would be rare.
Shows compassion.
Wait, I got an idea.
Oh.
Diana's Raven from Teen Titans.
Kinda.
Oh god.
I would insist that that she would not be voiced by Tara Strong, or at least Tara should not use the Raven voice.
Says,
Why not?
so who's Starfire, Rosa?
Yeah.
Or would that be me because of how weird Starfire?
No.
was
You're
at some
Beast
point?
Boy. You're Beast Boy.
Starfire starts off really innocent. and
Fine,
naive,
then
so that's-
Kunara gets to be.
Yes.
Kunara is Cyborg.
Then you're Robin.
And then Cassandra is Robin. Which makes sense, because I jumped
Always
over.
yelling.
No, wait, no, I know. Like, I'm okay. So if Rosa is Starfire, then I'm the stupid worm thing that she really liked from her planet that
Silky.
eats everything. Silky, thank you.
As a person who watches Teen Titans like it's a Bible.
I couldn't remember the name.
Silky. Oh god.
The funny thing is that I still watch some of the Teen Titans Go. Not Teen Titans Go. Not Teen Titans Go. I watched a little bit of it, but then I stopped.
Good.
Well, good.
I watched the
That's good.
original.
Sounds good.
The original Teen Titans was awesome.
Yes.
Oh, darkness, our old friend.
Well, he is trying to
Get
boot up
your
technology,
ass
so
in
you'll be here for now.
again.
You sloppy slut, come here right now. Hey!
How's it sounding now?
For the moment, fine.
All right. Hopefully, I'm not jumping all over the place with the audio and roboting.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
All right, get your camera on, and we can get back to this shit.
Mm. Although the fact that for some reason the bar is still not showing any Wi-Fi is disturbing to me.
Well, so long as we can hear you
Should
and
we,
you're not a
should we
robot,
tell
you
him about what we were talking about before?
But
Should we tell him about what we were talking about before he came in?
We can worry about
What I
that
mean-
later. Let's get back to the game. We've only got so much time after all.
3.
So,
But we will
Yeah.
we'll come back to it later.
16 I rolled, anyways.
you only needed a 5 because this would be abundantly obvious to Kunara. As you are looking at these Lupin, in the gaps in their minimalistic armor, you can spot the familiar clan markings of your own.
Uh-oh.
Where's Cohen working with flavors? Oh no.
How does Kunara react?
Those who are looking at her probably will see a disturbed look upon her face, just staring and concerned,
I'm
pretty
assuming
much.
we all see her expression. We're literally right next to her, right?
Probably.
Kuna, look, there's more of you. Should we go say hi, Kuna?
Hers went down at that and trembles a bit.
Your ears go down, and one of the other Lupin's ears suddenly lift up, and he looks up at you. Kunara Fangblade?
Hey, do you know these guys, Kunara?
On my back.
Why would your pack be working with a bunch of stupid slavers?
That is a good question. As she starts to walk up to them.
The one that spoke looks to be maybe just a touch older than you, and kind of has a couple of noteworthy scars over his face, and it's like very heavily bruised across his chest. Looks like maybe he took a mace hit, but kind of same general sort of fur color pattern as you, but with more of like a dusty red, like dark dusty red in the darks of his fur, rather than the deep blacks of yours. There's more of a olive color.
Cassandra moves with Kunara.
There's two.
As you're sort of approaching, the Lupin looks past you to the ones accompanying you, and see the corner of his mouth sort of twitch up a bit into a little smile. Was it that easy to replace your own, Kunara?
I can assure you, my time alone has not been easy. I've only met them most recently. However,
The life of an exile
You're the one-
shouldn't be easy.
besides, who are you a judge? How did you get involved with this lot?
We needed to get to Fenora. The captain of the ship would pay us to guard him on this route in exchange for passage. Nothing more and nothing less. Couldn't give a less of a damn about whatever it was he was planning. We just needed to get here.
Even if it meant enslaving,
Again, I did not care. His mission was his and ours is ours. Such a pity we get so close to accomplishing it after we're bound in chain.
Disgraceful.
Ah,
What has happened since I was gone? the pack wouldn't resort to this.
The war chief has made a declaration. Your head is needed.
Yeah, but we kind of like Kunara's head where it is on our shoulders, so that's
I was not speaking to you, kitten.
Better watch your tongue.
Cassandra immediately points.
I
his
may
spear in
not
his
be
face.
part of the pack anymore, but you don't speak to Rosa like that.
Oh, it has a name.
Yeah, Cassandra is putting her spear in his face.
Stay back. This is between me and him.
He threatens her again. I'll take his tongue.
From a little further away, you hear.
It gets to you.
From a little further away, you hear Mayada piping up. Aye, aye, aye! No cutting up the prisoners.
Cassandra, move Rosa back. Let me handle this.
It's just
It's for your own safety.
She puts the spear away and just kind of gets in front of Rosa.
After a moment, the Lupin in front of you sort of looks down at the other one by his side. More of a sort of a pure gray one, noticeably shorter, noticeably younger, head down. What? Aren't you going to look, little whelpling? You wanted to come on this trip? Here's your prize. Then after a couple of seconds, the little gray Lupin slowly looks up and you recognize Haven.
Who?
it's the Lupin that Rose has been somewhat of a replacement for recently.
Ew.
If it wasn't for the fact that Kunara's covered in fur, he'd gone pale. Seeing him. No.
I'm
What are
sorry.
you doing here? I don't understand.
I had to find you. I had to warn you. Your sister's... she's gone mad. She wants your head.
Jeez. My own turned against me in such a way.
Oh, you want to talk, you're the exile.
You listen here. I had my reasons.
So did every exile. Doesn't change the facts.
You don't understand. I was willing to do anything for the pack. Sacrifice my life. For our cause to survive. I wanted what was best for everyone. But my sister, she always was judgmental, all because they never reach her expectations. She always requires the strongest, but times got desperate. The more of us, the better. And I was willing to put myself through any form of training to ensure that they could be trusted and respected as fellow members of our pack.
If you're seeking absolution, you're wasting your breath on me. I was sent here to find you so I could kill you, not so I could hear your vapid apologies. As for the mutt, well, he just wanted to see his mummy again, didn't he? Shut up!
Hearing that snide tone towards Haven, Rosa, who is back by Cassandra, like you took us across the deck, right?
Uh,
Well, I more just like had Cassandra like in front of Rosa, like putting herself between her and him.
Rosa, who was kind of looking increasingly upset with how this conversation is going ever since that snapping at her, is going to just kind of tap her bow on the ground and can I use stop here in a way that a single vine just comes up through the decking and wraps around, basically muzzles the guy.
do
Talking.
you have enough MP?
Let
Let me find your token.
It need at least. Oh, not much. 4 MP.
You have 3 MP. So.
I'm not going to be taking either.
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, while this is going on,
So yeah, just
Mhm.
well, Rosa during that conversation took an ether, then does it.
Yeah.
All right. Need an opposed finesse check between Rosa and this Lupin.
Yeah. Basically, just a single vine coming up, just trying to muzzle him when he started getting aggressive with the kid.
Roll it.
And while that's happening, you have no right to speak to him like that. The way I see it, he's more of a Lupin than you.
13.
You are despicable.
And as you say that, a vine just kind of just sort of wraps around the taller Lupin's mouth and just sort of snaps. It's just like,
Don't talk to Kunara like that.
Mommy.
I would send my sincere apologies, but it's wasted on you. But you, Haven, if you really came all this way to find me, I can't leave you here like this. To be honest, I thought that when I didn't see you long ago, after the conflict, I thought that you might have run away or didn't want to see me again, knowing I failed.
I wanted to run to come find you, but I was too scared. I didn't get a chance until recently.
You always were the most sentimental. Don't worry. You won't have to be afraid anymore. What seems fate, and fortune smiles upon us. We are reunited again. And I promise I will not fail again.
He's your son?
Not biologically, no. His will parent.
She took care of me when my parents died in a human attack on our clan. I was really young at the time.
Same.
Some of the other clan members joked that I was like her little baby.
So you're adopted, then? Why?
Kind of. It takes a whole clan to raise a pup.
Yes.
Miss Kunara was just the one who was with me the most.
Which I fear that I may have been a bit too sentimental towards you.
I wouldn't
You
change a
liked-
thing of it.
Yeah, we like our sentimental Mama Wolf.
It's at about this point that Valmafra is walking up to you, and the boat has started to pull away from the grotto. And as Valmafra's coming up, you know each other?
I do. Please, he doesn't deserve to be in these chains.
He's her son.
He wouldn't even harm anyone. I know this for a fact. He
He was on that boat with Trek, and during the fighting he did cut down a few of our soldiers. One could argue it was in self-defense as we struck first, but the fact remains, he was aiding this individual. The law stands. He has to be held accountable for his actions.
Oh, you
Haven.
every time you shot at prey, you always missed. Did you really struck down soldiers?
I thought they were going to kill me.
Cassandra just walks up in front of him. Haven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know what those people were doing on that ship?
I felt like it wasn't anything good, but Corthel wouldn't let me ask.
If you knew they were slavers, would you have gone with them?
I don't know. The behaviors of non-Lupins have always been strange to me.
So is he in ropes or chains?
Ropes. But there are like metal manacles like holding his wrists and hands behind his back.
She just looks to Valmathra. Look. I get law and all that. But we got you, Claudian. And we stopped this whole thing. Can you just let him go? Just a favor. Just this once.
Make a negotiation check.
And if not, could I share the punishment? He is but a pup, and I feel responsible for him. I will not leave him again.
Come on, dice.
I can't.
9.
9.
Always add one if you don't commit.
How much? You know what? Fuck it.
Would I need to roll anything, or...
Hades is
No,
the one
no.
rolling right now.
Oh,
5.
For a total of 14.
Yep.
After a couple seconds of thinking it over,
good number.
Valmafra lets off a little sigh. At the end of the day, it's not my decision to make. But, given the aid you've given us, and your apparent history with this individual, I'll talk to the captain when we get back to town. See what can be arranged. I can assure you he's not going to be able to go off
Thank you.
unpunished for all of this, but maybe we can let him off light. Community service or something.
mm.
There we go.
And I am willing to also accept part of the punishment.
You are not
After
to
all.
blame for what happened. And I'm not in the habit of punishing an individual for something they did not do. I'm confident that individuals would be more than happy to take your vouching for this Lupin into consideration, but at the end of the day, his decisions were his and his alone to make. You'll not be held responsible
they?
for them.
I mean, maybe keep in mind that he actually came here because he wanted to help Kunara, you know?
He
And just
came
kind
all
of...
this way.
All of
After
that
I've
will
been
be taken.
separated from him.
All of that will be taken into consideration. Mark my words. You've earned that much, at least. But I can't make any promises.
Rose is
Ben?
going to turn
Could
to
I at
Haven.
least request I stay with him? I need to know valuable information and to ensure he's safe.
These prisoners are likely to be moved to the ship's brig until we return to Windust. I see no problem with allowing you to remain nearby to communicate with him. Though, protocol dictates you won't be able to be in the cell with him, unfortunately.
Does he really need to be in a cell?
It's how these things need to work. Regardless of its intent or you're vouching for him, the fact remains he was on the enemy side of a conflict. There are precautions that need to be taken.
Rose is going to turn to Haven and go, "Don't worry, your mama's super awesome, and we'll get you out of this in no time. All right?"
Sort of looks up at you and slowly tilts his head. Awesome? What word is this?
It means she is really, really good at what she does, and has never let us down before.
She's a big star. Inspiring. Koopa.
Easy on. I admire the flowery, but...
Hey, you are a mama wolf, and now that I know you are an actual mama wolf, that holds even more true. So
Right.
we got you back, Kunara, and yours too, Haven.
Thank you.
Here, this is a emotional support Moogle. Hugging him helps.
My arms. And Haven kind of looks back at his bound arms, and you hear Corthel next to him just kind of chuckling.
The vines tighten slightly.
All right, that's enough. Come along, you lot. Kunara, if you want to talk to them, you can wait a couple minutes. To get them secured, you'll be allowed entrance.
Can you maybe separate those two? Points to the other Lupin as well.
Each one will have their own cell. I don't want to risk cooperation between the ones who are actively malicious.
Good.
Yeah, keep him far away from Haven.
And Cassandra looks at her.
If this is what Eclipse allows in her pack,
Lipsa, I need to notes pad.
then he is not worthy of the name Fangblade.
How do you spell your Eclipsa? Was that the name of?
It's basically like Eclipse, but with an A, I believe. At the end.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
And
it,
also, just for the sake of it, I'll go ahead and type in the name of the tall one here.
Mm-hmm.
Eclipsa Fangblade.
And the full name of Haven
Evil
is...
aunt.
Oh boy. I have no idea. Hey. And I suppose for Haven, full name is Haven Estenfell.
Are they being led away?
All right. Yep, they're being led away.
As they go, Rose is going to kind of tug on Kunara's arm. I didn't know you had a son or a sister.
No one else was going to take him in.
You're...
As the best I could do is to take in Haven. As for my sister...
You said you were ousted from your pack, but... Was that her doing?
Partially. Though, now I don't know what to think of the situation. I always thought that I was exiled because at one point I just lost control of myself. I was the first to strike against Eclipsa. She was over pushing Haven, in my opinion, and she wouldn't stop. She said I failed to prepare him for important duties in the pack, so she took methods into her own hands to try to toughen him up to see if he has any form of potential worthy of the pack. But he didn't want to fight. He tried at first, but Eclipsa did not hold back. The point where he was begging for it to stop. So I intervened. I managed to go through blows on her, and then she uses my emotions against me. Not only have I failed to protect Haven, but I failed as a Fangblade. I was the right-hand leader of the pack, where my sister was the left. We both had our mother's blades. And then she reaches at the back and grabs the hilt. And this is my price of failure.
And you all watch as Kunara kind of, hold up a second, chewing an apple.
I'm did eat there, DM.
Okay, you all kind of watch as Kunara slowly pulls out, like you'd noticed it before, the sort of a bundled, wrapped up thing. And are you taking the wrapping off of it or no?
For the hilt part, yes.
And you sort of, and as Kunara kind of unwraps a bit of it, you see what looks to be the long hilt of some manner of large great sword. Similar in design to the one currently slung across her back, but the etchings you can see at the base of the blade are far more elaborate and ornate. But the weapon looks to have been broken in half, halfway along the blade.
Both halves there in the wrappings.
Well, it's more like the hilt and part of the blade, the rest, as she reveals.
You
What
do
little
have,
shards
you
she
do
has
have,
left.
but you do have both halves of it. Yes, it's just in two pieces.
So she
Oh,
she broke your sword and then kicked you out? Took over?
yes.
Can we can we fix it?
I do not know. These blades were forged by the most skilled of my people many years ago. They've been passed down throughout the generations.
Well, Haven is with us now, and he's okay. And if Miss Meanie's stupid, not nice wolf aunt comes calling, then Cassandra's gonna beat her up, right?
Oh, no. Didn't all get involved with this. Trust me.
Well, there's one person looking for you.
Eclipse
Could be
mustn't be
more.
trifled with. By all things, it will only infuriate her more. I can't endanger all of you.
Well, you're kind of stuck with us, so
The
Yeah,
family,
and-
Kuna.
And isn't the whole point of having a pack that they look out for each other?
It's true.
If this
However-
eclipse up. Sorry,
Mhm.
go ahead.
However, I fear that it will only put our lives in greater danger.
did you see what? I'm still covered in bloody soulless bits.
Yeah, Cassandra
Yeah.
is just looking down with her eyes, just covered by her hair.
Mm.
This eclipse wants you. Wants your head. She can come get it herself.
I mean,
And she'll have to go through all of us to do it.
that wolf guy when he snapped was kind of scary. And I imagine she's pretty super scary, but I don't
You
care
have
about
no
that.
idea. For years, I tried to build a bond with my sister. Only a few moments where I thought I was finally getting through to her. Like, I feel like a sister to her. But yet, she barely shows any emotions. Heck, not only has she never called me sister once, but she even known mother and father by their names.
Well, you're not. I don't think you're scary, and that's a good thing. And you've been helping us, so we'll help you because we are like our own pack, aren't we? So,
Mm-hmm.
so even if I do get scared, I know you'll help me, and then I will help you, and maybe we can get the sword fixed, you and Guyana.
Perhaps. But when it comes to Eclipsa, she's incredibly dangerous. And well calculated. Much better than I. Where I had the skills of combat, it appears she found ways to best even I.
Well, that's if she fights you alone, right? But we don't do that.
I admire the gesture, but she will only put you in danger deliberately, so I would be irrational in my attacks. If I make a single mistake, we will
And
only going to lose.
If you make a mistake, then we'll pick you up.
I make mistakes all the time, and I'm still up.
And I don't think she's ever encountered Aeon's candy dimension. She can't account for that.
That's the thing about being on a team, Kunara. You don't have to fight alone.
Hmm?
How a pack should be.
Indeed. But you must understand, this will require a lot of thought before I come to a conclusion to this. Besides,
Well, I don't think we're really saying let's go and, find her and pick a fight. I'm just saying, if she turns up like they did today.
if
we
she
should-
wants my head and she's gone out of her way to do this, once she sets her sights on a goal, she will not stop until it's achieved. I know her too well, at least for that.
Well, like I said, if she wants you, she can come get you.
But you do understand, it does mean that you need to be more prepared, gear and skill-wise.
Hey,
And
we're
we
only
keep
gonna
doing
get
this.
stronger.
If we keep doing this adventuring thing, we get more skills, we get more money, we get more stuff, and we're harder to find because we're always on the move.
We are about to get a big payday, and since we want to, fix up Aeon's glow stick, which is broken, maybe we can look at fixing your sword as well, and some other bits.
It will take more time than that and would require a very skilled
Aeon just
locksmith.
goes and hugs Kunara's chest plate armor. Well, we have the best person to teach us all that as time goes, Koopa.
Hey, thank you for your kind words, Aeon.
So
And
even Kunara can't argue with the
Oh.
Moogle.
So
Thank you
that's.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, you
Go
go
ahead.
first. You first.
Thank you for taking care of Haven when he was lost. You remind me of when Sandra found me. People like you are the best kind of people.
since you mentioned Cassandra, looks at you.
Hmm.
As I was a pack leader long ago, and yet there's a part of me that's calling to be more myself. Even you have helped me with some wise advice. As long as everyone here agrees with this, not only do I wish to guide this pack, but I feel that you should also help me to guide it.
Me?
Yes. After all, your number one fan has always said you make a leader.
Of course, Cassandra is the best pack leader, right, Cassandra?
Wait, what?
Sandra is best leader!
Whoa. Time out. I
However-
never said I was a leader.
No, but you are.
However, you must realize if you do accept this oath, there will be a lot of responsibilities,
But-
which if you allow me to assist you, I could perhaps help you with a few pointers of being a great leader. I always wanted to guide a pack to, well, glory, salvation, or just ensure their survival.
Does that make you like the wise elder?
She is the oldest one here.
I guess so. I do have experience, but they are probably more wiser than me. But anyways, what I'm trying to say, Cassandra, would you stand beside me to lead this pack?
But
I feel like all of this is what we were supposed to be talking about at the bathhouse. I feel like we
We're
kind of
still
missed a
doing-
step here.
We're still doing that, only this time I think we need to drag Haven with us.
I just I
You have proven yourself to be very capable. And besides, I never actually led alone. I always depended on Eclipsa to help me. Just like
Well,
I helped her
Eclip-
in a time.
Well, Eclipse sounds like a meanie, so you have us now. Kind of hugs her arm.
Yes. And besides, I need some serious help to build up some trust right now. So that is why I'm trusting your life in my hands, Cassandra, if you accept it. And I will have your back. But take time if you want to,
just
answer.
looks at Rosa. Even after everything you've been through today, you want to trust me like that?
Oh, I'm a mess that's barely holding by a string, but right now I think Kunara kind of needs more because mother-son bonding, and yes, because you are still awesome, amazing, and the best sister anyone else for.
Plus, you kind of remind me of me. Now and then, my emotions fluctuate in negative directions, but shown to be also capable in a fight, and you have the most important feature for a destined great leader. You want to know what it is?
What?
Something that my sister will never have appears. A heart that cares for every member of the pack, flaws and all. And that's what I believe that makes a great leader. We fight as one, and we live as one.
Huh. Never really saw myself as a leader. But I guess I could try.
And I can always help you.
Aeon hugs Cassandra.
I believe in you, Sandra.
She just smiles. I know I can always count on you.
And if
Well,
it's settled,
it's at about this point that Tiamat kind of looks down at himself and cringes a bit. Ooh, I am covered in blood too.
Yeah, I'm going to go and wash myself in seawater, find a cabin, and cry myself to sleep. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah, same.
Right.
And then Tiamat just jumps over the edge of the boat, which is moving right now, by the way. You've been at motion for a while now. And Tiamat just hops right over. Doing!
Hey, Alan, can you eject a bunch of water onto us?
Okay.
Oh no.
man,
I don't know if I have magic.
All right, and you do a little twirl and a little spin. You lift your wand up, and boom! Big old burst of water comes flying up over the deck. And from not far away, you hear the captain shouting, "The fuck!" Before the water splashes over all of you, cold as shit, and you are now all shivering because it is the middle of winter and it is snowing.
But I am no longer covered in solar, so it's fine.
Did I do good?
You did very good.
Why?
Okay.
I love you, but my ass is freezing.
But you're not
Well.
dirty anymore.
Oh my god, I'm cold.
Cassandra
Wow.
immediately just grabs onto Aeon and pulls him in and just gives him a soft little noogie.
Yee.
Way to dampen the situation. Literally.
Did Kunara just make a pun?
Out of character
Yeah.
for a moment, I'm gonna kill you.
He did.
Kunara
my
made a
God.
fucking pun. Oh, that's perfect.
We're melting that heart of ice.
Okay.
Honey, do me a favor, you're going in the corner for that pun.
All right.
Oh, come on, this is Kunara actually feeling normal for once.
I say,
All right.
hey Kai, do you got a heater in there in that bag somewhere?
I know I'm cold, so don't try me today.
Right, we're gonna need new towels now.
Rose is going to head.
You all just see like Cassandra just like slowly just letting out like little puffs of fire out of her mouth.
Okay. So,
Well,
anything
Yeah,
else for
sorry,
this?
With the mic for a while, so that's why I was quiet.
It's all good.
Yeah. But yeah, Rose is just going to do what she said she's going to do. She's going to find a towel, dry herself off, find a cabin that's assigned to them. There's the oh, hold on, that sneeze.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Blues.
There we go.
Yeah, Rosa sneezes because it's cold in the water.
Makes sense. All right, so Rosa's going to bed.
Yeah, she dries herself off. Has a slight smile on her face from everything that's just happened. Finds a cabin, goes to bed. A few minutes pass, the smile slowly fades, and then slowly, as she predicted she would, the day's events kind of catching up to her. She does lightly end up crying herself to sleep.
Aw.
'Cause- Yeah.
All right. And what about the rest of you?
Fun splashing aside, a lot still happened today.
well. It appears everyone's now turning in.
I mean, it's morning, but yeah, you're all fucking exhausted.
Yeah. This is it. I am gonna probably stay with Haven. I need to talk and catch up with some things. But as for you, Cassandra Shadowgrasp, don't worry. I'm sure to share my wisdom of leadership to you whenever the time is appropriate.
I hope I can live up to those expectations.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. You may be rough around the edges, but I know you're destined for greatness.
You're not the
Just
first
takes
one to
time.
Tell me that.
All right.
Well, at least you didn't have a sister like mine, I guess.
I didn't have any siblings other than Aeon.
Tumorth kind of pokes his head up out of the water a second later. What about me?
Yeah.
You're a pet at this point.
Ooh, I thought you two patched up.
They're brothers. They gotta tease each other.
Tumorth kind of
cool.
puffs out some flames between his nostrils. I'm remembering that. And then he bloshes back into the water.
Well, you've definitely shown to be somewhat of a great parent to those two. So, take care of them. I'll probably see you when I'm well rested. But now, Haven needs me.
Yeah, get going.
Give him this lollipop.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Oh.
not sure if you like it, but I can check.
And Kunara,
Mm.
I promise, whatever we have to do, we're not gonna let him sit in prison.
I appreciate the sentiment. Oh, and before I go, you mentioned you wanted to have a look at my sword. Well, here. You could hold on to it for a while.
You just giving it to Cassandra?
All right. So in that case, Cassandra, you may go ahead and add two halves of a radiant blade to your inventory.
Oh, well, no, the actual sword she had on there. You wouldn't have
Oh,
seen the one in the first campaign.
Oh, you what?
Basically, the sword she had and been using this whole time.
Oh, you're giving her your tier 1 weapon? Not the broken
Yes,
one?
this-
Okay.
Yeah, because it was the one she asked about since first campaign. Can I have a closer look and all that?
First session, not first campaign.
So I guess a massive callback to that.
Can I hold on to it, Sandra?
Okay, so instead just Kunara's tier
That
1
might be a
greatsword
bit
then.
heavy for you.
Yeah. All right, so instead of two halves of a radiant blade, Kunara's tier 1 greatsword is added to your inventory instead.
Okay, and like Cassandra looks over at Anne and is like, "You want it?"
I have the floof. I can hold on to it.
Yeah, yours is probably safer than my pocket. Plus, it's a little heavy for me. And she just kind of like holds it up for him. Well,
I
then
have to
why?
see this. There's no way.
Ready?
And just slowly pushes it into the floof.
And you just watch as your greatsword that's like 10 times longer than Aeon just slowly disappears into Aeon's chest fur. Was that a Kunara noise?
Yeah.
It feels funny.
I have no words to say.
I'm probably gonna need a new sword after this.
You
Dave.
hear someone nearby running away shouting, "Bad magic!"
Like Cassandra
Okay.
just laughed at him. It's just like, "Don't worry." Like she just pats the floof. Safest place on the planet.
The proof needs questioning, but that could be for later.
All right.
Yeah, Kai's
And
just
she
like,
just
can we
walks off.
just go somewhere warm, please?
All right. And so upon that note, you all retreat below decks to find somewhere warm to dry off and get your shit together. Sailing from where you are now to get back to Windurst will be a process where you'll arrive probably halfway through tomorrow. So you have the rest of the day to conduct any other activities you want to conduct. So Kunara, if you are still wanting to head below decks to talk to Haven.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That is where she was heading.
All right. Then in that case, I would like you to come with me into the Hall of Whispers.
Okie dokie. See you there. Secrets time.
All right. So, you descend down into the Hall of Whispers not too terribly long after that, after you've had a chance to dry off a little bit. And as you are descending down into the brig, sort of accompanied by Valmafra, on either side of you, there is this long line of sort of a makeshift, well, not makeshift, but sturdy, reinforced, sort of barred doors sort of set into the walls, and each one leads to an isolated and self-contained cell, with the only primary source of light in each being a little porthole at the very top of the wall, about, I'd say, like 7 feet up, providing very little illumination, but just enough for the occupants to see what they're doing and not trip over the little bedrolls that have been laid out for them. And as you're sort of led along near enough towards the back, you eventually find the cell that Haven is being kept in. And he's just sort of sitting on said bedroll, knees tucked up to his chest, chin resting on his knees. He looks up at you as you come up to the bars. Kunara.
Even.
It's good to see you again.
It's always a pleasure to see you too. I'm just so very sorry it's in this state.
It's my own fault. I'm the one who threw my lot in with a bad group.
Which I do need to know. What have I missed, and how could even you result to killing? What has Eclipse done?
After you left, things were pretty much just going the same as they had been before. Just, without the delays your interventions on Eclipse's ideas kind of brought, things started to accelerate. Not too terribly long after, Eclipse basically took full control.
But what of my mother? What happened to her? I know she was ill, but
the illness
don't say
took her.
that.
The shamans did their best, but between the illness and the grief of seeing her own children fighting amongst each other like that and losing you, she stopped fighting it. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. I was the one who failed.
You were trying to
And
do what
now-
was right. After that, Eclipse's tendencies just kept getting worse and worse. More aggressive, more retaliatory towards the humans in the Heartlands. There were more raids conducted. Justice, she called it. For your father.
No.
Well.
It must be lies. My father would never want this. Neither would my mother. This is because of her own intentions.
Whatever her reasons, it's still what she was doing. But over time, she started acting stranger. She started waking up in the middle of the night more and more often when she was supposed to be resting. Like she couldn't sleep. None of us ever brought it up to her, but sometimes, just sometimes, when she would get up, we'd hear her talking to someone, but we couldn't see anything. There was no one there. Then she started having nightmares. And they started off pretty rare, but as the years have gone by, they've gotten worse and worse. Eventually, it got to a point where she'd wake up in screaming fits. Like feral panic. It would take all kinds of spells from the shamans to get her to calm down. And then finally, there was this point where she just suddenly came back into clarity. But I think it's more like she finally snapped. Then all of a sudden, our attention was shifted away from the humans. And she said our only objective now was to come after you. And take back what you took with you. She won't say why, but she wants the Radiant Blade back.
Perhaps.
Corthel and I were sent as the first ones to try and find you. But there's gonna be more. Sooner or later, she's gonna come for you personally, if the others don't get results.
I'm not sure of whom she's been trying to talk to unless they are prayers to. Has she ever mentioned a name? Or
Not that I heard. I was never brave enough to get close enough when she was doing it, and we don't ever talk about it. We were worried about what might happen if she overheard us talking about eavesdropping on her.
I know she's always seeked guidance from the past, but this is odd. This is definitely not her usual behavior. As for the theory of why she wants me dead, perhaps she's trying to resolve one final weakness she had left in her heart.
I don't know. All I know is that the instructions were very clear. Kill you, take back the blade. I don't know what she wants with it. She broke it herself. But it was the command she gave us. I only volunteered because I wanted to warn you. To find you and get away from all the madness. I don't know why she let me.
Because you hold a huge sentimental value to me.
So she thinks that I would absolutely find you? And that then all she'd have to do is find me?
Perhaps. I mean, we're here now. And there isn't a day that goes by that during the times I was going mad, I swear to never forget you and all I care about most of all. One of the things that kept me going, the main drive to keep what little sanity I have left.
It's been hard without you, but you taught me well. I've been making do. I've been surviving.
You have become quite the fast learner.
Slow learners don't last long.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I can't just leave you. If you say that she may come for me is true, if she ever did come across you again, I hate to think what would happen to you.
But at the same time, if I did something wrong to these people, then I have to be held responsible.
And I still feel that I must as well. I won't lie, Haven. I did treat you like a son, and I never had. Not just the fact that we both lost important members of our family that tragic day. But I know it's what my mother would have done. She was the greatest inspiration I ever had. Yeah, she can be strict and corrects me a lot, but there's been moments where she shows she cared. Even showed me affection. Not as much as father, but enough to know that she loved me. But I cannot say the same for Eclipsa. She
No.
always closed herself off.
Well, can't ask you to try and take the fall for me here.
Well, you know I am not just going to leave you. I will do the best I can. And I will admit that I am partially to blame, regardless what they say.
But you're not. You had nothing to do with whatever it was that Bunga was doing. You stopped what he was doing. And I was helping him. If I'm guilty of a misdeed, then I have to be reprimanded for it. I have to face the consequences. That's how it is. It would follow me like a cloud of shame if I didn't. Debts must be repaid and all that, right?
Right.
So I'll repay this one in whatever way they deem fit.
Still, though, it's just not fair. If only I was stronger and I didn't lose control, perhaps things could have been different.
Maybe. There is, one thing. A repeating phrase I kept hearing from Eclipsa when she was talking to herself. I don't know what it means, but she kept saying that that which is broken must be made whole.
She said those words.
Or something near enough to them, yeah. Brought back together, made whole, something to that effect.
I heard that phrase. One of my most recent nightmares.
Then maybe the madness that took her's coming for you too?
And my ancestors, what have I become? What has Eclipse even become?
I wish I knew. I wish there was something more I could tell you, Kunara, but that's all I know. That's all any of us knows. Thanks for coming to see me. It's good to see you again.
And it's good to see you too. And well, since we're on this voyage, may I at least stay down here? I don't think I'd be able to sleep anywhere else peacefully.
If that's all right. And he looks past you towards Valmafra, who's been staying back a respectful distance, but has been observing. Valmafra gives a little nod. You'll both need to be under watch, but given the circumstances, that can be allowed.
Most appreciated.
I do have a job to do, but I'm not heartless. Get some rest, Kunara. I'll send someone down to keep a watch on you. She walks off. And you elect to just spend the rest of the night with Haven, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then in that case, let's go ahead and rejoin the others.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. We got water on the Moogle, now there's all the Moogles. We shouldn't have fed it after midnight.
What?
Oh no, it's the gremlin.
What
Aeon's a
did we
gremlin.
miss?
Tone, don't ask. Don't ask.
You
Don't
don't,
ask.
but I can't. Kai would not comprehend the amount of Woogles.
Okay.
You are going to have to explain this to me later.
We were trying
Yeah.
to figure out how Aeon would reproduce, and we came to the conclusion that it'll be like in the movie Gremlins.
No,
One of my
no,
all-time
Moogles rely on
classics.
mammalian reproduction, so...
Yeah, but it's Aeon, and Aeon is Aeon.
Anyway.
Aeon has male
Yeah.
genitals.
I would love to.
Anyway,
Yeah, I would love to know this later.
we'll do this later.
It feels like I missed a lot.
No.
Aeon is a gremlin.
Alright.
Dun, dun, dun,
All right.
dun, dun, dun.
So, the day passes, and it is getting on towards evening of the next day, little afternoon, when Windurst once again comes into view. Still snowing, but slightly warmer than the previous day, and the snow is light. Very gentle wind coming in from the south, blown in from the oceans. As the ducks are pulled in, the rescued hostages are led off of the Scorn Howler, being led by Captain Otto, presumably to go and seek aid. And he sort of nods back to the rest of you as you're coming off the boat. All right, we're going to go and get these folks taken care of by the local Kyrugians, and well, chances are they'll then be let to go as they see fit. They were here visiting us for the festival, so we can't exactly tell them where to go. As for the rest of you, you can rest assured that I'll be bringing word of your aid to the mayor when I'm reporting this incident. I wouldn't be too surprised if she sent for you after that. We owe you a lot. Imagine she'd want to express her gratitude personally.
Alright.
And Valmafra got me appraised on the situation about your friend, Kunara. Haven, was it?
Stephen Hestenfeld, yes.
Right, well, as matters stand, he is going to be taken to the local jailhouse, but I'll pull a few strings and call in a few favors. That'll be where he'll spend his nights, but we'll get him signed up for community service. He seems like a good lad. Just made a few bad choices.
Indeed.
We'll see to it he's given the chance to make up for them.
Yes. Sure he will. Take care of him.
We will. And, if nothing else, it also means you'll know where to find him.
Yes. And I hope to meet him again once further business has been dealt with.
Very well then. Now, I have an astronomical amount of paperwork to tend to. Valmafra has any remaining leads to follow up on regarding Claudian, and you all need a day off. No offense, you look like shit.
Where's the closest bathhouse and the nicest, most expensive one?
Closest bathhouse would be just up the street from here, just up the block. Take a right, it'll be right there. The most expensive one will be closer to the heart of town, just across the street from the inn.
That one.
Well,
Do you think they get a hero's discount?
I don't know about that, but you're welcome to try and negotiate your way down.
I need warm towels, scented, chemicals in the bath that will make you smell all nice and clean.
Well, we can't miss it. The place is red.
Got it.
I'm sure Kenda will take good care of you lot. Now then, on behalf of Windurst, thank you all very much for your assistance in this matter and for bringing it to our attention in the first place. You've done well. Since great things in your future, Freebirds. I'll be keeping an eye out for you. Take care.
Yeah. And the next time a guy comes around passing around free bracelets, don't let him.
We'll probably be keeping a closer eye on things like that, but given how this escapade turned out, I doubt anyone will be dumb enough to try it again around here for quite a while.
I take it Valmafra is escorting the prisoners.
Yeah. And as they're sort of being escorted off, Corthul is way up in the front, Trock is sort of in the middle, and Haven's in the very back.
I'm going to... Does it look like he's wearing any sort of necklace, like the Wolverine necklace?
No, it doesn't look like it. At this point, pretty much all of the prisoners have been stripped of their armor or any other meaningful equipment, so they're just wearing, really basic sack clothing at this point.
I'm going to... As, they're leaving, I'm going to run up... Valmafra, can I talk to Haven just for a moment?
For a moment. Just a moment. We do have to get all these people processed.
Hey, Haven, did you get a chance to talk with Kunara?
Yes, all through the night.
You managed to sort things?
As well as we can, I think. Given the circumstances. I'm told I'm going to be doing community service here.
It basically means you just be, if they needed help building a house or picking up litter in the streets, that kind of thing.
Ah, I see.
Menial work for a little while. So it's going to be a little while before your adoptive mother, or Kunara, can come visit again, right? Because we're already going to head up a Noma ways. It's a fair bit north.
I was honestly not expecting to find her so quickly at all, so if I must wait a time yet, as penance for my actions, then so be it. I can live with that.
Maybe a bit if I can stick with you in the meantime, and I'm going to hand him over the Wolverine necklace.
His hands are still bound, so you kind of have to
Wow.
just fasten it yourself.
I fasten it around his neck.
Oh. Thank
So
you.
something Kunara made. I think you should have it more.
Oh,
I can tell she made it.
Aww.
It's in her style.
She really loves you, She talked about you.
I know. What was your name?
Rosa.
Gives a little bow of his head. Thank you, Rosa. Look after her for me.
I think she'll be looking after me more so, but I'll make sure to get her back up if she gets knocked on her butt.
Thank you.
Keep her close. I imagine the necklace is resting where his heart would be.
And with that, the line continues to move.
And I will remove Wolverine from my inventory.
All right.
his music fits so much for that. I love it.
Just general
No,
town
probably
music going right now, but yeah, it works.
Mhm.
I really like the +1 accuracy, but that just felt right.
Can
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah, that was good.
Mhm.
witness that, and a smile appeared on her face, brief but comforting.
Rosa probably seeing that as she comes back as, I know you made that for me, Kunara, but you know,
You gotta say,
he's
what's that?
he may not be your blood, but he's your son, so
Kunara will knee down to you, and then gives you a respectful hug.
that. Oh, this is nice. Hugs her back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Besides, I think my aiming is getting better, so you know.
Definitely. This world could use more people like you.
I don't know about that. I mean, I'm just a big world, and I'm just one kitty cat. So you know.
Cassandra comes up behind you. But you're our kitty cat.
Elf kitty cat.
Our sister elf kitty cat.
Ah, that makes me feel a little fuzzy inside. They say that.
You are a very kind and thoughtful person, Rosa, and I respect that.
She starts just burning up. I mean, I don't.
Let's go to that bar house you speak of.
Yes. Yeah.
There she goes, being all red again.
I'm not. I'm a perfectly normal color of a person's skin.
Oh no, you are
Sure.
you are turning in that shade of red again.
I'm not. I'm.
Oh, hello, big burly man.
Yup, he's still walking by. He's wearing a shirt this time, but he's still big.
I'm sure. Please stop it. Ah.
Wait,
Don't worry, I protect you.
okay. Are there a bunch of just big men? Is there anyone without their shirts on?
No, they're all wearing shirts. It's snowing.
Okay.
Nah.
They're wearing coats.
So as
Cassandra.
we're walking away, like Rosa is probably like still visible and still, I'm guessing, taking peeks back at them.
She is clinging onto the back of your armor and just hiding her face in it.
Oh.
Damn. I was wanting to do something a little. I was wanting to do something. I
I
think.
can get their attention if you'd like.
Oh no.
No. I was-
Just Kai, just like face palming, just like.
All right.
Right.
To the bathhouse. How much is this going to be? This expensive bathhouse.
Oh boy.
You don't know. I don't know.
Ooh,
I
my
need to
bad.
Google this.
Although, how much did we get?
You haven't been
No,
paid
we-
yet.
Yeah,
Well,
we
from
still
what we
need to
have-
collect the bounty from the guards, and we have, and obviously Celia's mother as well. We have to get back to Nori for that.
Don't worry for that. But we shall in time.
Spa now.
All
Money
right.
collecting
So.
and gear shopping later.
All right, so you make your way back to the sort of a central square of the town, and you look across from the inn you've routinely stayed at, and sure enough, you spot a fairly sizable structure that you had spotted before but hadn't really paid any mind to. And it is very nice. It's in the kind of traditional rounded style of Taurifelian architecture, but it's sort of accented in the front by these sort of like the front wall has these sort of depictions sort of muraled onto it of like, you know, tastefully nude individuals, so to speak, with like swirls of water and towels sort of covering up their important bits, with like artistic swirls of steam and water rising up around it. And all around in the background, there's this depiction of Leviathan just kind of coiling around them with just sort of almost like a doting look. And the sign over the door with sort of these elegantly curling letters reads, Kenda's Spring.
You know,
I'm not really too sure what to think of most of the architect of this place.
So long as, it's really nice, really warm, and has all that chemical stuff in it that makes you really clean, then it's fine. I have shampoo, by the way. I stole it from a bad man.
Yeah,
No.
you do still fucking have that.
No! Just clings to Sandra. No!
Don't worry, Aeon. There will not be any shampoo. Just nice, warm water.
Speaking of stuff that we have, I guess Kunara is munching on a piece of beef jerky she stole from the tip.
Okay. All right, so you heading in?
Yep.
All right, so heading in, your senses are definitely assaulted by a lot of very nice scents. You get very strong sense of like a incense that are kind of in the front room to immediately put people in the mood to relax. The air is kind of like from like the cold outside, it is very hot and humid in here, but not like in an overwhelming way. You can definitely smell hot water and steam. Sort of right, there's a counter directly in front of you. Behind that counter, there's sort of a very nice painting that sort of just shows off Leviathan over the waters. There are more of those sort of murals on the walls just showing, people enjoying hot water. And then there are like these sort of off to the left, there is just a regular old door. And then off to the right, there's a sort of a archway that's cordoned off by a curtain that you can't see through. There's a counter directly in front of you with a couple of nice potted plants with sort of red flowers that look like they're magicked to stay in bloom based on the runes, Rosa spots. And behind that counter, you see a human woman with black hair, kind of done up in a little bun. Looks to me maybe like in her late 20s. Dressed warmly, but not super duper warmly. Like she's not wearing like a full-on coat. And she gives you all this warm smile as you're entering, kind of brown eyes. Ah, hello. My name is Kenda. Welcome to my place. What can I do for you?
Hey there. We really could use a bath.
Just about everyone does. This is the best time of year for my place. All right. Well, what exactly do you need in terms of a bath? If you just want a regular hour in a pool, that will cost 40 gil per person for the hour. We also offer massages to accompany it, which would bump the price to 80 gil per person per hour.
Everything.
No!
Everything.
And just kind of, Cassandra just kind of grabs Rosa and holds her hand over her mouth, like, continue with the options, won't you?
Well, as it is, those are the primary options. There are a few optional accessories, but those are more they don't augment the price. You can ask for specific scents that are covered in the base price. Things like apple or citrus or palm breeze, things of that nature to be added to the water so that you smell nice. There are accommodations in the form of soaps and shampoos that you can ask for. A base version will be supplied automatically. Again, it's just your preference. For a small bonus of 5 extra gil, you can ask for an incense burner to be added for some extra ambiance.
What are you doing?
Question.
If you want a room with a gender divider, that is an option. If your whole troop is comfortable enough to share such a space, you can omit that. All I ask is that you keep your hands to yourselves within my establishment. This is a bathhouse, not a sex house. Trust me, at least once a month, someone tries to cop a feel on each other in these places, and it is not okay.
Don't worry. I assure you, all of us are perfectly straight, and the only guy here is our little Moogle friend here.
Hi, Koopa.
And they're usually naked, so no complaints there. Very well.
I have but one question.
Yes, Lupin?
Kunara Fangblade. But anyways, is there more, say, a private room at all?
Well, the thing is, we have 16 separate bathing chambers, and as of right now, about 10 of them are in use, so you'd have your pick of the remaining 6. Again, we could pull in a gender divider if that is your desire, if you want some privacy. If you want a separate room, that is also an option, but you would be charged separately from the rest.
You would also not be able to, discuss everything we wanted to discuss.
Yeah, we just want one bath. We're all perfectly fine with each other, and just again all private for our own room, right?
Yes, you will be given a key for yourselves. Staff will also have a key in case they need to speak with you, but they will always knock first. There is a privacy screen in front of the door, so if they enter to drop off requested supplies or items, they won't see anything they're not supposed to.
Cool. We'll take one of those.
All right, do you want the massage or just the base bath?
So, I'm assuming at some point Cassandra let Rosa remove their hand from Rosa.
Does the massage last for the whole hour? Is it 10 minutes?
It can last for the whole hour if that's your request.
If not,
Otherwise, it can last until you dismiss them.
give us 40 minutes, maybe the last 20 minutes. We need to talk about some things as well.
All right, I'll mark that down. She marks
Thank
it all
you.
down in her ledger. All right.
It has been weeks.
All right, so go please, and we can get you all sorted out.
So
Who do we
that's
actually have?
40 That's 40 per person, so that's
With the added massage, that jumps it up to 80 per person.
80 per
Well,
person.
just
so
for
that's
Rosa though. That's just unless someone else is having.
Okay, so in that case, it'll be 80 and then 440s.
80. Okay, so 440s is 160.
The total comes out to 240 gil.
204. Okay, that works.
What's our max capacity?
1312.
It'll bring you down to 1072 gil for that.
Yep,
And we'll get
and more
paid
money
later,
to have.
so-
Yeah, from two sources. So.
From two
Spoil,
sources.
spoil yourselves.
Yeah,
We
go a little
had
nuts. All right, so you pay up. A few towels are brought out from behind that door, and you are shown into. You're sort of let out into through that curtain off to the right, and there are like doors sort of lining the halls. 16 doors, as you were told. You are led down to door number 11, and as it gets pushed open, there's like a little hallway of sorts, sort of divided down the middle by a vertical wall, and then a door at the other end that steam is wafting out of that you assume leads out into the primary bathing room.
I will point out that Kunara's a little bit anxious about this.
Like, Cassandra looks over and Susie is like, what's eating you?
I think I'm starting to regret this.
What? It's just a bath.
You ever have a bath before?
I had plenty, but well,
Well, you never bathed with others back home?
all will be revealed in time.
Literally.
My head is now broken down.
So I'm guessing the hallway is for getting all clothes and armor.
Yeah.
So-
They're like little lockers for you to put your stuff in.
Kunara's gonna take her armor off.
Cassandra's just like starts on the buckles like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no time like the present."
Throughout that entire conversation, Rosa is just happy about the idea that finally gonna get bath, gonna get massage. I'm so excited for this. So she's happily humming to herself. Trauma momentarily forgotten, begins to take off her things, stuff them up, and then suddenly her brain catches up.
Oh shit!
Like she just now remembers. Oh, there are others in here.
Naked.
And just sees like Cassandra just out of her armor, taking her undershirt off.
Yeah, like it's just the point where she's just taking like a bra off, and all of a sudden she's like, ah.
What's the matter, Rosa?
He just gets up in her face.
It strikes me that things have been so hectic recently that I haven't been thinking straight, and okay, I'm just going to finish, and then I'm going to jump into the bath very quick. Okay, good.
Have fun.
So
Like,
Rosa very quickly finishes undressing, grabs her towel as quickly as she can, and just blushing like a storm, rushes into the bath.
like Cassandra is just like and just chuckling to herself as she's undressing.
And of course, visually, all of this is tastefully censored by the wafts of steam.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm curious, like, does Kai have any issues with it? Alright.
Kai has-
I have no
No words.
So I take that to mean that Kai's just quietly going along with it.
Yep.
All right.
Kai's just quietly on. And then as Cassandra is finishing, she looks over to Kunara.
Oh boy, I think she might need awareness of this.
It's never happened with Warriors of Light.
No, it did not.
Well, considering-
Well, with Kunara, like Kunara, I assume is
she's
undressing
slowly-
at this. Right.
Yeah, slowly but nervously taking parts of her arm off.
All right.
I mean, she's covered in fur, so.
Well, as it is, if you're taking the time to just kind of watch Kunara take her clothes off in front of you.
Well, no, she's just looking over to check on her. Cassandra is straight.
Yeah, I know.
I also think I just twigged why she's nervous, and it's not because of the bath.
Indeed. So as Kunara's various garments are removed,
Bless you.
like as you sort of glance over, there you do catch for a moment some marks,
Yeah, there we go.
patches where the fur has not been growing. Scar tissue.
She doesn't say anything. Probably having a few scars of her own.
I assume Kunara will probably be the last one into the bathroom.
Yep.
All right.
Also, in a rare moment, because this is a bath, you all, as Cassandra emerges, doesn't have a braid. Her hair is down.
All right.
See, Rosa has sequestered herself in a corner somewhere, just looking down.
Cassandra just sees this and just gets in right next to her.
Hi,
Aeon's with Sandra as well.
hi, your hair's down and everything. Okay, I didn't think this through.
What do you mean? You said you wanted to go to the bathhouse.
Yes, but I didn't think, in fact, to see everyone naked. It didn't really strike me as, logic should strike someone.
Aw, Rose, it's okay. Let's get a group hug, then we're all comfortable.
Ah,
It's just like Aaron's D club.
Like,
No.
Cassandra just laughs, is like, we're all girls here, Rosa. Come on.
I'm not.
yeah, but
Well,
you're
you're-
like,
Well,
You're
yeah,
like-
you're too cute. And just kind of pinches his cheek.
oddly enough,
Eee.
you may be the only guy here, but you're like the most innocent thing here, except for when you're not in the fight. But, in that kind of way, that...
Innocent? What do you mean?
never mind.
Sandra?
Hmm.
What does she mean, innocent?
It means that you're too cute to want us to yeet you out of here for peeping.
Oh, okay. I think I understand, Koopa.
Rosa just whispers, has Aeon had those lessons yet?
So Cassandra thinks about that and just kind of taps her chin for a moment. He's only 15, so I didn't really think it was time yet, though I don't know Moogle lifespans. So I don't really know how old he is in Moogle years.
Splash, splash, splash.
It's back down, having a day.
You just see Aeon just like splashing all around the pool and just like dunking, like diving and jumping and just like doing backstrokes, just having fun.
And he just goes back up. What talk are we talking about?
Talk for another day.
Oh, God. I'll say it's at about this time that Kunara is entering, if Darkness has no objections.
Yep.
All right.
Has Diana also entered, or
She's
is she just
slowly
off
approaching
somewhere?
the water and just looking at it.
Before we get
Yeah,
to you, to Darkness, what about the Cayenne enter? Has she entered at this point and is just sitting in her own corner, or what?
He's sitting in her own corner.
All right.
She's sitting
Makes
in her
sense.
own corner.
Cayenne is usually the quiet one, but yeah. In comes Kunara at around this point, and the rest of you kind of just look up because of the furred figure entering the room, and you are all immediately struck by the alarming number of scars crisscrossing across Kunara's body. It's frankly staggering. Particularly along her torso, there are just large patches where the fur has not regrown, leaving bare, kind of rashed and irritated skin visible.
Cassandra just literally does like, I can't whistle, so like, but you know that whole like.
Oh no!
No, not that kind. Like the whole.
Okay,
Like,
thank you.
the whole like, I don't know, like
An
Like, just a
impressed
simple,
whistle?
Like,
Like this-
woo!
like the surprise.
Not the cat call. Yeah.
No, not the cat.
No,
call,
I
the-
said no cat call. Just a simple like wow like whistle.
Yeah, the wow whistle.
There
Just
you
like,
go.
You've been through. I knew you must have been through hell, but damn. Did your sister do all that?
Most of them.
To do stuff like that to family. It's deplorable.
The price of failure. If the fact if it wasn't for at least the times I was there, the reason why she didn't finish it, because usually it's against pack law to strike down another,
Well, with that.
even if they did
price-
commit a crime.
Well, with that call for your head, I guess she must have omitted that law.
Clearly, a lot has changed since my time. Now, she gets to decide the rules of the pack.
Well, we're your pack now, so come on. Your fur looks matted. It's kind of. You
Come on
feel
in.
better.
The water's nice.
She slowly walks over and pauses when she sees her reflection. Just looks.
Kunara,
And she slowly.
before you get into the water, as you're looking in your reflection, I'd like you to make an awareness check.
Okay. And there's no tear this time.
Nope. He
Nope,
is in the
Tyr
sky
is
right
not
now.
here.
Yay!
He's in the sky. We're in the city.
Yeah, I think Tyr would have a much stronger reaction to being in this room right now than Aeon is.
Yeah, mostly because it smells really strong. You'd be like, it's too strong. I gotta get out. The sensitive dragon nose going. "Yeah."
Also, I just feel his slightly more mature mind will find it a bit more awkward.
Maybe.
He's a dragon.
I love
sure
how.
I'm sure he's saving Cassandra and less. Like,
So,
know.
Just because he's a dragon doesn't mean anything. Tell that to Shiva and such. Suddenly, Kreisberger. There you go.
what does 11 do for me?
Give me just a second here. I'm typing it to you.
Oh,
Secrets.
more secrets.
More secrets.
Give me a moment.
I'm sending it via Roll20 in a whisper.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
You send it on. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, I sent-
420.
Yep, in the roll 20 chat, little whisper should appear in yellow.
Hmm. Oh.
What is O?
What did he do?
Okay. So, Kunara's response, as she's standing there looking at her reflection, she then immediately turns and looks around.
Yeah, okay.
Distressed. Uh, uh, I'm not sure. I have a lot going through my head right now.
Aeon gets out of like the water and he just like kind of floats to her.
You just gotta take it one step at a time. Do you want a paw?
I appreciate the sentiment, but I think I'd be fine. I, and then slowly grabs a ball.
Alright. Alright, so take it away, you guys. It's all you.
So, that was a big day, huh?
Yep. We saved a bunch of would-be slaves. We kicked some major ass. We found some new information.
Now we're in the bath all naked.
Also, we were awesome. Look at all the strong attacks we did that one when we did that battle.
I know. Like, so, wait, Cassandra was unconscious when, like, Aeon did his thing, right?
Yeah, you were.
Like, I know, I was like, Aeon, did you see the cool shadow breath thing I did?
I did.
I don't even know where that came from. They never taught us that in Dragoons.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
so-
I figured out a couple new spells. Like, I don't even know how I did the big glowy shoop-de-doop one. But I've also, on the way back, was kind of doing a bit of reading when I kind of woke up from bad dreams. There's another spell as well. I think I'm getting the hang of. I haven't tested it yet. I might need a test subject later.
We'll point out one detail when Kunara did enter the bar. She was surprised the fact it was warm.
It is very warm. It is steaming and it is kind of
Yeah.
tingly. It's very nice, actually.
Yeah, she's just used to cold water. Usually, this is new.
Yeah, like the the irritations and rashes and over your scars actually tingle and suddenly feel really soothed. This is definitely this is water with some sort of soothing herb in it.
Like, they all, like, probably see her, like, cringe a little bit at first. It's like,
Somewhat.
you act like you've never been in a hot bath before.
I haven't. But she did out a little bit of a howl there, and then when she first felt it, then composed herself.
You've never been in a hot bath before.
Hey, Cassandra, she was in a tribal society.
Don't judge.
She never slept in the bed before either, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's pretty much when
Yes.
you're in a pack, you have to thrive and survive whatever you can find. Put
Yeah.
together.
I guess compared to you, a lot of us are pretty spoiled. Most of us coming from big major cities.
Mm.
I can definitely agree to that sentiment. Too much. I mean, I've never killed anyone before yesterday.
Yeah, Cassandra just puts a hand on your shoulder. I know that's not what you wanted.
I had
But
the first guy. I didn't even intend it. Just he hit Kunara. I chased. His back was turned, so I tried to loose an arrow towards his shoulder, and then he turned around, and just his shoulder became his eyeball, and when he was staring at me, then
If it
he
if
wasn't.
it makes you feel any better, I wasn't in the right mindset. Not only do I accept the blame for what you've done for that, but
No, don't
I will
start
have to
it.
thank you.
Huh?
I will have to thank you for it as well. If you didn't show up, I may have not noticed the knife he was holding at the time. Now, you may think that a knife can't do much to me, but if he was skilled with it, he could do some serious damage or worse.
Well,
He made a split decision.
I mean, I was just trying to wound him, and then
It's okay.
the other two, though. I mean,
Mm, That, yes, that was unfortunately pure rage. I known it too well.
I wasn't. I just don't even know what happened with them. It's just
you
Like
saw
your
your
mind gone
friend.
blank, like you felt like nothing could stand in your way.
I just didn't know how to deal with the first one, and then he started throwing them on the fire. One of them because I said something, and it didn't work. And then, Kunara, you were hurt. I know it's like everything just, but the world was swimming. Like I was under this water, and then
Emotions can be a very powerful thing, Rosa.
so I got to you. I wanted to get you up, and then that guy started slashing at me. I thought I was going to die, and then I think I hissed at him, and then just put an arrow straight into his head. And then when when Solus, he hurt Kayana and Cassandra, and things were looking bad, I just went for him. I knew where his throat was. I know throat's a vital point. I mean, I've studied in biology. I know how bodies work. So I just started pressing and pressing, and then he melted.
Yeah,
Rosa,
if it makes you feel better, we all have a survival instinct. And it kicks in now and then. To protect you and perhaps those around you.
I didn't feel like me, or maybe I felt exactly like me, and that's scary.
Rosa.
We all find something new about ourselves. Best you can do is to cope with it. And make sure you don't lose too much of yourself.
The important thing, Rosa, is to not enjoy it.
Exactly.
Did you enjoy doing those things?
Ran out of things to throw up.
Exactly.
And you heed the words I told you a long time ago. Well, not so long.
You guys have known each other for like 3 weeks.
A little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Just thinking back on a couple of days when they were around that table when jumping back into session. Around that time, basically. Where you should never take any joy in killing. However, there was a part I should have mentioned, but I didn't want to discourage you. Sometimes you have to make that important decision to keep your pack safe. Otherwise, if you don't take action, it will all fall back on you.
didn't. It was just different. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like just like when I was doing it at the exact moment I didn't hate or like it, I just did, and then everything came after when
That's-
Aeon and I hissed at Aeon and
That's survival instinct. You reached your breaking point.
if my mom and dad saw me like that, I would never leave the house.
Well, it's a good thing that they weren't there.
I thought I meant to tell them that I've did all that.
I think we'll omit that little part out of your little stories you'll tell.
But Cassandra's always told white lies to our parents.
Aha.
Well, it's true. You told me all the times of the things that I did to those other towns and their villages. You told me not to say anything because you said mom and dad would be mad.
And yet you just had a little bit of a basics of what you've done.
So am I to take lesson from the master liar?
One, I am not a master liar. Two, again, if Mother knew of half the things you did in some of those villages, I'm sure she would.
But you're the one that gave me those ideas.
I didn't tell you to burn that cornfield.
They were lies.
Oh, they.
Those fields deserve to be burned down. They were lies.
I'm not going to push further on that point. I feel like I don't want to know the answer.
Yes.
Just word of advice: never let Aeon see corn.
The
No.
lies.
No. Keep that
Yeah.
noted.
Lies.
But the
Yeah,
point
Kai is
is,
kind of like interested in this conversation, just smirking the whole time.
Just smirk. Oh no.
I just see all of them in the pool. I see Kai is just in the back, just drawing. She's just chuckling as she's writing something down.
No more like drawing.
Yeah.
And she just like sat on the edge, just completely stark naked, just drawing in a book.
Also, Rosa, don't worry about the hiss, Koopa. I've been hissed at by a lot of cats. Sandra says that the cats don't like me most of the time.
This cat likes you. I really like you.
Yeah, I like you too, Rosa.
Thank you. Just
You literally squished her with squished him.
it was half my parents' fault, half my fault. Okay, I don't take half the responsibility.
which you remind me, when I snapped out of my moment of rage, I didn't hurt you, did I, Aeon?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think you could.
At least a bit of weight off my shoulders.
I say the closest I've been hurt was when Rosa's mom squished me. She had a lot of force. I wouldn't want to make her mad, Koopa.
No, you don't. But point being, back on topic.
Yes, besides Rosa's mother sounding pretty strong.
Well, I just
That was a quick change of subject.
it's just
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk about feelings here. But the thing is,
But-
going. Okay, let me do a thing.
Go ahead.
I just don't. I mean, from here, I don't want to get comfortable with it. I don't want to get too comfortable with it. I don't want to do it, but I've already done it now, and
Then
so
you
much
shouldn't.
time was just since we left. I've seen lands I haven't seen before. I've done things I haven't done before. I've been with all of you, and you all are great. But I've also hurt and been hurt and hurt and.
I understand.
I should have.
Trust me.
I know growing up, should have really figured what it was like reading that book, but I guess it just never really struck me how much Grandma Nee and Grandma Mika must have hurt, and I guess I don't quite know how to reconcile the two images in my head and deal with it all.
I may.
There's always the sense of danger in this line of work, Rosa. The important thing is, especially with killing, is that it's always a last resort.
We
My
seem to have...
pack.
If you don't have to kill somebody, you shouldn't do it.
tried to get a bunch of them to surrender, but they didn't listen.
One did.
One.
And not everybody is as stubborn or as stupid.
Exactly. And if I may, well, the rules are different where I'm from. However, we only kill for the sake to keep the pack alive, as in bringing prey. But in your case, you're used to being behind walls and not seeing what the outside world is like. You are safe. Where in my world, it's a battle of survival.
Well, I'm in that world now. So I guess I better... Well, we not get used to it, but just... follow our leader Cassandra and our mama Kunara and our perpy mascot Aeon and Guyana sitting silently in the corner, as always.
And my best mascot, Rosa?
Yes, your best mascot. Fluffy's best chocobo, but your best mascot.
Yee! I'm better mascot than Tier!
Yeah, I wouldn't say Tier's a mascot. After this, are we still going to a Nomo?
If we are,
That seems to be the plan.
I vote that we ensure that we have plenty of rest
Well, we need to get Celia
and
back
better
to...
gear.
Yeah, we also need to get Celia back to Tenori. Kayana, are you okay going back to Tenori just for that?
You can see when you guys mentioned Tenori, she kind of just her eyes kind of widen and drops her pen.
I mean, we need
I
to...
guess that's a no.
Oh, we need to do it for Celia, you know, and... I mean, we can hide you, maybe in a bag or something.
I can put you in the floof.
Oh, God.
Because I
And
figure...
you can see Kai just going like, that would be a bad idea.
I mean, I figure whatever's going on has to do with the Scarab, right?
Wait, what'd you say?
Whatever's going on in Snorri has to do with the Scarab.
Oh.
Is that Kayana letting out an irritated snort or something?
I was about to say, yeah, it sounded like it, but I know she probably just got called away.
Either call away or the ferret is up to no good.
My mic went bleep for a second.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, go to sleep is not good.
Anyway, she's just like, there's a reason why I don't want to go back.
So, quick in and out and make sure no one sees the Scarab, yeah?
It's not about the scarab.
Well, don't worry, we won't be there long, and we won't let anybody bother you, alright? You're part of this family too, even if you sit over there in the corner.
Don't drop your sketchbook into the water. The chemicals will ruin it, even if you try to dry it out.
Oh, the steam's already done that.
On the topic
It is
of
wet
family,
in here.
though. On the topic of family, though. So, Kayana, you lived there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So could it be the reason why you don't want to go back? You had a disagreement with your family?
Yeah, there's this. Now there's silent.
You know, in my book of psychology, silence instead of a definitive denial often means a yes.
Indeed. Plus, I for one know that feeling. At least with one member.
Yeah, Kai's like, you don't know the story.
To be honest, can't be worse than mine. Just tell me, does your family want your head?
No, it's not like your family.
Exactly. My own sister. I tried my very best to fit in and help her wherever she ever needed.
Has anyone just realized we all have family problems?
Pretty much.
Does not having a family count?
I mean,
Cassandra immediately grabs Aeon. What are you talking about? You have a family, tickles him.
You know what I mean, Sandra.
Hey, I found you as a baby. We grew up together. We're family.
But don't you ever wonder why my parents left me?
I wonder
Nope.
why my grandmother, my uncle didn't raise me. That's similar.
Cassandra just still holding on to Aeon. Is like, why do we need to know about some Muggles who decided to give up the most wonderful little brother ever?
Because
Just one. I just wonder sometimes, Kupo,
you wonder if you want to know why, right? And if something happens and just not knowing kind of sucks.
I want to know why, yes, but I want to also know if there's just something wrong with me, Kupo.
Why would you think there's something wrong with you?
No other Moogle has these markings, Sandra.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They are cute though.
Hey, who knows?
Aside-
Maybe in a Nomo we can see if anybody's read a book about any of this.
Speaking of, oh, I just remembered something.
Hmm?
Aeon, Cassandra, have you ever noticed anything of Aeon's shadow?
Shadow.
Shadow?
You
do
know,
What about
maybe I was seeing something because I was kind of in my frenzy at the time, but things got a bit, and things were getting weird and abstract. But you know when you did that, whatever you did to his blood sugar, that kind of caused him to start to liquefy. Um, when you did that, like, and you had all those energies and magic swirling around you. I could maybe imagine it, but I thought I saw your shadow kind of change a bit. It didn't look like you. It looked like something else. That kind of grinned at you, and I didn't really like the grin. Like sinister, kind of monster grin.
Like, Koopa?
He's been with me all my life, all his life. I've never seen anything like that. Maybe it was just adrenaline making you see things.
Maybe. Do I know any history of creatures pre-amber post-amber tide?
I have
That's
more. I have
that.
more monsters.
So do I. Example magic. That like magical creature or magical entities, phenomenon, or otherwise creatures that might take possession or interact with someone and only make themselves known through shadow.
You may make lore magic, history, or monster rolls here. That'll determine what information you get if you roll high enough.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Not bad. That I'm going to go with history. That's my strongest one. I have all three, but
It's almost a critical success too.
I guess, I mean, I could try magic.
14 for history.
Okay, so a 13. So a 13 for monsters, a 14 for history. And Aeon is rolling some.
Yeah, I'll try. I highly doubt it, but
Hey, he learned magic.
it's like the first roll of today. Why did I bother?
All right,
The
Aeon.
Moogle is
All
not
right,
knowledgeable.
so Aeon knows nothing on the subject. Cassandra, you are familiar with at least a rudimentary education in some varieties of creature that could be known to inhabit or dwell within other beings, arcane-based parasites. The most prominent example that kind of comes to your mind is called a tulpa, named after a sort of a forcefully manifested imaginary friend of sorts, if I'm getting that description right.
Yes.
Um,
Cool.
yeah, but those entities don't typically manifest in shadows. They're primarily mental things, and their motives aren't necessarily hostile. Like each tulpa would be, an independent entity, different, have their own motives and objectives. They're very uncommon, and they would not manifest in shadows. And certainly the shadow wouldn't contort with a Cheshire grin.
Like Cassandra's thing. So yeah, go ahead.
As for you, Rosa, with your lore history about whether or not you've heard of anything like this in all your studies, kind of on the same train of thought as Cassandra, like, there have been instances across Eno's long history where individuals have been, possessed by strange spirits, tulpas being one of them. There are other examples of, mind control magics or strange entities that could influence the decisions of others. Most prominent example that kind of immediately springs to your mind is the weird shit that Murasan did that you read about in the Chronicles of Eno book way back when, toying with the minds of Elizabeth and the like. But that would require access to amber magic, and that no longer exists. So you imagine there are plenty of entities that could inhabit another's, enter into another being, but nothing about what you saw here struck you as familiar.
I don't know whether I imagined it or not, but have you ever had Aeon kind of examined by a mage or a doctor or anyone like that?
I mean, not really.
I
mean, he
never
tra-
really needed to go to a doctor.
No, he's been healthy pretty much all his life.
I mean, there are various I don't really know any that manifest through shadow like what I saw, but there are various creatures and entities that can kind of act as parasites and hitch along for the ride and give dark powers in exchange for horrific things. So,
I mean,
I probably imagined it, but if we are going to a Nomo, I think maybe we should get him checked out. I mean, Grandma Panara might know, because she's into all sorts of dark things.
I mean, I guess we could. I mean, Aeon studied under the Time Mage back home. He never mentioned anything like that.
I mean, did he ever look for anything?
Well, yeah, he did have a tendency to focus on other things.
Yeah.
Well, think of it this way, Aeon. And whenever you go to a doctor's, usually you get given a lollipop by the end.
Is there something wrong with me, Kubo?
No, Aeon, come on. There's nothing wrong with you. I mean, whatever. Even if this shadow thing was there, like, it's not done anything.
And even if it is there, it's nothing wrong with you. It just means that maybe you've got a new friend tagging along, because sometimes you do pick things up when you're out adventuring.
Aeon, really, there can't be anything wrong with you. You're healthy. You're You're always happy? Like, how could something be wrong?
I've been called a monster, I've been abandoned, I cause destruction and bad luck when I try to help. When is there nothing wrong with me?
You are not a monster, and anyone who calls you that is going to meet the business end of my spear. You are not bad luck. You are not anything other than just the sweetest little brother I've ever had. I won't let anyone say otherwise.
My grandma Nee had a passenger, and it turned out it was her sort of twin sister. So, it's not always bad things.
If there is anything to this shadow thing that Rosa saw, then again, we'll go to Anomo. Auntie will be able to point us to someone who can help.
I probably just imagined it anyway. So I'm probably just being silly, because I was frenzied and weird at the time.
Sandra,
Yeah?
is what Grandpa Thampy said about Moogles true?
What do you mean?
Maybe I'm the reason he hates them.
No! Hey, hon, he didn't hate Moogles. He said he did, but he really didn't.
I think, according to the Chronicles of Eno, he hated. He had a thing with Muggles long before you would have been around, because once upon a time a Muggle parked an airship on a tree.
Come on. Grandpa Thampy had this thing about him where he was a little grumpy. Come on, you know that.
And just kind of like turns to Kai and Kunara.
Have you two seen anything like that?
I have not, unfortunately.
One second here.
But if it makes you feel any better, or at least some form of comfort, Aeon, I too do need a bit of a check over myself, so if you like, I could comfort you, if that's what you want.
Wish I didn't have to go.
I mean, I don't have what you're
Okay,
having at the
Darkness, I
moment,
sent you a
but
thing.
I noticed. But I am not 100% myself. Give me a moment.
If we do that, we'll be taking Aeon to see a mage. It probably wouldn't be what you want to see if you're not feeling great. Different thing.
Well, we'll look into it when we get to Anomo.
No,
There is
What?
no, I don't want to go.
Aeon. I think it'd be wise to.
No,
I haven't seen the shadows they speak of, but that time when you used your magic on me, there was some kind of instinct that was telling me to resist it. Something wasn't right. I felt, well,
Cassandra just.
unease. And if you're a member
Cassandra
of this pack, I wish no harm to come to you if whatever it is may turn out to be dangerous.
At that, Cassandra just literally just grabs Aeon and holds him close to her chest. He's not dangerous. There's no shadow thing. Whatever you saw.
let me go.
There's nothing wrong with him. There's no shadow thing. There's no. Nothing.
There's nothing. There's nothing, Koopa. It's just a shadow. But just to be safe, Kuna,
He just goes into his fluffs, takes out her sword, just drops it. Best if I don't have it. I don't want anyone to get hurt. So we'll just say it's just a shadow, okay?
I shouldn't.
Is
What
Aeon
is it called?
hyperventilating?
Yes, and then
Aeon,
Cassandra
Aeon.
is literally just holding him close and covering his ears. That's enough.
Should I not have brought it up? Did I do it? Did I something?
No,
didn't-
just Rosa, just stop. Let's just drop it. She is just clutching him to her chest, and she's not letting him move.
He's just breathing heavily and just not responding.
How long's that gone for?
I say a few minutes until I guess someone breaks the silence.
You okay? I didn't mean to.
Not you, Rosa. You didn't do anything. This is just a long time coming of my thoughts in my head. Well, I don't want to think about it. It's just a shadow. There's nothing more. I don't need to get checked out. I don't want anything. Can we just pretend it just doesn't exist? It was just bad instincts for Kuna. It was just darkness playing. It was nothing. I don't want to see a mage, Sandra, please. Please, I don't want to.
You don't have to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect just the way you are. There's nothing wrong. It's just a trick of the light. That's all it was.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I told you I was kind of hurting people, and I was hurt, and there was just a lot going on at the time.
See,
Probably just.
there you go. It was just adrenaline and instinct. Just.
I mean, I was all feral, so it was probably, if anything, just maybe my own shadow. I don't know. Just a knock.
Yep.
Hello?
Door pops open. Male voice comes through. It's been 40 minutes. It's time for the massage. Is that still on?
Yeah, it's just another 5 minutes. Sorry, we're just sorting through something.
Very well. I had that on a timer.
Oh boy.
This conversation is happening in real time as far as I'm concerned.
Alright, shall we just drop the stuff about, killing people and the bad side of adventuring and everything now?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're just going to enjoy our nice bath and have no problems at all. We're gonna go to Anoma. We're gonna see Auntie Sarah. And
I need to see Grandma Panara as well, because she's still my grandmother, and I haven't actually met. What should I say to her?
Hi, Grandma.
Hi.
Like, hi, Grandma. I'm your long lost grandchild, Rosa. Why didn't you raise me? Why did you abandon me? Oh no.
See, I wouldn't probably start with that.
Should I just go up and hug her in front of everyone? Because that was my first instinct, but now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, you're gonna hug the crap out of her.
I should do that?
Yes.
No.
I'm getting very mixed with signals here.
Yeah.
Look, you have.
This guy just throwing her pen at Cassandra.
What? Look, great grandma has not ever met her. If it were me, I never met my great grandma. If I had, I would be hugging the crap out of her.
Then
You have to
I
introduce
will hug the
first.
crap out of her.
There you go.
You have to introduce yourself first before you hug her.
Well, of course she
Hello,
introduces-
Grandma Panara. I am Rosa Solwood. I'm going to hug you now.
Yay!
See,
There you go.
This is such a
Is that what?
dysfunctional group, and I love it.
Then you see Kai just like,
Can I have my pen back?
Cassandra
No,
just
it's my pen.
Cassandra just gives it to Aeon and he puts it in the floof. You have to come get it.
and you can just see Kai just glaring.
Kunara?
Nah?
What?
Yeah, she's
Uh,
starting. I just sent it on chat.
Ah. Okay, Kunara suddenly getting up and walking out of the bath. How come?
Kunara, what's wrong?
It's nothing. I think I spent enough time.
We still got
I-
another 20 minutes.
Come on, we're not. Still a little bit longer. We're not going to talk about the dull stuff now.
Rosie,
So-
you need to go do your massage.
I know, and that'll be coming in a few minutes. So she's going to get a playful grin on her face. She stashed the shampoo nearby, so she's going to go. She's going to grab it and then go. Hey, was that a lollipop behind you?
What? He just looks behind him.
Squirts a bit of shampoo on Aeon's head.
No! No! Come back! Yeah! No! Get it out!
Yeah.
You,
No!
you all carry on having your fun.
Rosa!
Yeah.
Aeon boops him on the nose.
You don't
I-
make me do it!
Oh no.
I'm not making you do anything. Kunara, now's the time to run.
You have
Eject!
Oh no! Are you using eject on Rosa?
Oh, the water.
Yes.
Oh no.
Did she say you checked on Rosa? Oh no.
On Rosa or the water?
I think it was you.
Yep.
On road.
Alright,
You
what's
must
the
resist.
DC? We're
Well,
rolling.
okay. I need to find eject. Okay, it's here. Opposed force check. If Aeon is successful, you'll be yeeted a medium range into the air, which is, the roof is lower than a medium range, so you'll just be slammed into the roof.
Yeeted,
So
naked, a medium range of the air into the roof.
Oh no, you're being.
Yeah.
I am getting Final Fantasy 14s from this.
What's the opposed
force.
again? Force. oh, no.
Force.
Well, we're both
Okay.
equally terrible at force, so just roll these.
Rollies.
I guess.
Critical success.
Are you serious?
No,
I'm actually gonna go no.
All right, so Aeon, you point your two paws at Rosa, and Rosa, you kind of see this coming, and you quickly just plant yourself. You grab onto the edge of the pool, you plant your feet, you grit your teeth, and the rest you watch as there's this, just a pillar of water rises up. The water level in the rest of the pool goes down, 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 down. And then there's just this big old sphere of water up in the air, and Rosa is still there, just kind of shaking a bit from the sudden cold of being wet and not in water.
No, she just ran. She just ran as soon as she saw the water. She's like, not on my book.
And then a second later, the water drops back down on top of Rosa. And all over the rest of you, there's like a tidal wave as you all get swept off your feet and hurled all over the place. And after a few seconds of kind of being tossed around by the water, which is now very bubbly because of the soap that was in Aeon, you all kind of just gradually drift to a stop and just kind of cast away to the edge of the pool. And as you do, you kind of look up and you see just kind of poking around the corner with a concerned look on his face, the masseuse who's looking at you like, shall I take another 5 minutes? And on that note, I think we're going to call it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Because that just seems like an appropriate spot to call it. Shall I take another 5 minutes?
I'm not gonna act it out, but can I just say one more thing before we call it?
Sure.
Yeah, I was going to as well.
Like
but-
while Rosa is getting her massage, Cassandra again just sees Kai on the edge with her book, and then decides to
no.
grin on her face
Uh-oh.
and sneaks over to where she is, and without seeing, quickly knocks the book out of her hand and pulls her into the pool.
Okay, so with Cassandra officially signing her death wish, we're gonna go ahead and call it. So
Yeah, the only
So-
thing I had left was Kunara wouldn't been in the room at the time and just a sword left behind. If that's okay.
yeah, it's fine. So that's actually a good point. Am pulled the sword out and left it in the bottom of the pool when the pool went kablooshi. So it is a lucky thing none of you got your legs sliced off.
Oh jeez. I
Oh
didn't
god,
do
that would have been a horrible.
Yeah, but as it is, that'll do us for today. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning into this session of Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. That was a lot of fun. I liked that. We're going to be taking a bit of a break to do a thing with Tom. So until we come back from that, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining us. We'll see you next time, and until then, keep listening, people. Bye-bye.
Bye. So it's been an
Bye.
emotional ride. I hope you enjoyed.
He's gonna kill us.
Ha ha.